All right, we have James Madison, head coach Mike Houston. Coach, we're going to start with an opening comment, and then we'll do 3 questions on radio.
Well, what a great day in Bridgeforth Stadium today, and we talked to the kids all week, about it being homecoming weekend, and everybody had a role in the weekend, and our role was the ball game out there today, and our focus was trying to go out and provide a win for all of the alumni coming back to campus, and so very, very pleased to pick up a really solid CAA win over a very good football team. New Hampshire is a perennial playoff football team, and I think they're that caliber this year. And so to come in and to be able to get a 21-0 shutout at home, very impressive performance by our kids. And we've had a lot of adversity this week. We had some guys dinged up that didn't go today. So we had a little bit of a next man up deal with a lot of our young players, and to their credit, they stepped up, made the plays, and so now it gives us that much more experience depth moving forward. So really pleased with our performance, pleased with how hard the kids played, and excited to get the win.
Coach Houston, congratulations. Your defense pitched a shutout. That doesn't happen in football this time of year or any time particularly.
Yeah, not anymore. Not in this day and age.
And in fact, they were a team averaging nearly 30 points a ball.
Right.
Game. You end up with 5 sacks, a couple interceptions, 6 tackles for losses,
right.
5 pass breakups. Talk about the completeness of this defense, please.
Well, I thought we had a great week of preparation, and I thought we had a really, really solid game plan. And our focus was to try to take away the zone run game first. We really put a lot of emphasis on O'Connor, knowing where he was formationally, and we had a lot of tips just from film, just different things they did in different sets based on where he was lined up. And I thought our kids just did a really good job of knowing the game plan and going out there and executing the game plan. And you heard Simeon and Rashad, and they're right. I thought our DBs did a great job in coverage, which forced Knight to hold the football a little bit. I thought our defensive front did a great job with pressure, which hurried some throws, and I think the combination of the two is the reason you saw the sacks and the interceptions, and you saw a lot of pressured throws there, especially in the second half. So, just think it's a complete team performance from a defensive standpoint there, but not surprising with how they worked preparing this week.
New Hampshire had come in with a high percentage of their passes being short passes. Mm-hmm. What scheme did you use to try to cut that? We did not see that in their offense so much today.
Well, we mix it between man coverage and some combination zone man coverage. So, we saw Rashad in the slot a lot, and so he was matched up a lot there on those slot receivers. And again, the kids did a great job in film study this week with break points and stuff like that, which I think Rashad felt like the slant was coming there on the 4th down play, and he played it perfectly. So I just think it goes back to a combination of a great game plan by Coach Trott and a solid performance by our kids.
Brian gets the record today. I know how proud you are of him.
No doubt. I'll look back one day and I will remember how blessed I am to have a guy like Brian Shore. Not only is he an outstanding player, but you heard him right there. I promise you, he had given no thought to that record, and he doesn't really care about it. He cares that we got the win, and I think everybody else was more excited in the locker room than he was. But he's what every coach wants at that quarterback position, and very proud of him. He deserves to have the record. I just hope he extends the record quite a bit before he graduates from JMU.
Coach Mike, talk about the trick play in the beginning of the late first quarter to get the offense a little shot in the arm, because that trick play, you guys had declined. You got it into the second, the red zone, but you missed the field goal. But it was one of those trick plays.
Right. Well, it's not really a trick. That's the way the scheme's designed. They didn't defend the corner at all, and we had 3 blockers on the edge. And Harry's a pretty athletic runner, so he knows where his zone is that he can read the edge. And we worked it all week, and he had the look pre-snap and did a great job of executing it. So really pleased the way he did his job on that play.
Talk about the interception by Rashad. How much does that give you guys a little bit of breather room there?
Yeah, 14-0. You felt like you had the game in control, but they're in the red zone. We got them to 4th down. You're just trying to get off the field at that point, but to have the interception and then to have it tack on and get 6 points out of it, it's a pretty game-changing play right there. And the way we were playing defensively, pretty much put the game out of reach.
With Rashad sliding over to slot corner, what's the difficulty in doing that? Because he traditionally plays that true corner spot.
Reps. And, you're most of the time you're going to have a receiver off the ball. so you can't press him a whole lot. There's some different coverage things we do there with that slot receiver, so some different reads, and so it's not something he'd done a lot of, so we had to really – and we spent a lot of time, even the last 2 days, just sharpening up his reads there. And, he's a smart player. He's a very physical corner. And so, we knew he could do it ability-wise. It was just getting enough experience before game day, but I thought he performed great today.
Do you know anything he's putting that Aaron Stinney in his health right now?
It should be okay. Yeah, it's nothing major. So, wasn't quite able to go full speed there, and so having the ability to put Zaire and Liam down inside and have Jahi and Nick at the tackles, we felt like that was a better lineup there in the second half.
Hey, Mike, talk about Kyle today. On defense, Hawkins. He's from Maryland, so state of Maryland.
Kyrie, yeah,
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Just talk about him.
Well, I mean, he's one of our best ball players, and he's a guy that we really kind of encouraged this summer to really kind of take more of a leadership role. He plays the game the way you want it to be played on that side of the football. He's a smart player as well, and so just very pleased with his production, not just today but all year. I mean, I think he's having an outstanding year.
The progress your defense has made from when you guys got into to now, when you're shutting out a pretty good offense in terms of
Right.
the CAT. How long has it taken to get to this point? And when did you see that these kind of performances were possible? Shutouts, interceptions, touchdowns every week.
Well, it wasn't easy. That first spring was about miserable because we had a pretty talented offense, and we inherited a group of good athletes that didn't know how to play together. And so, but to the kids' credit, they have worked extremely hard. I felt like last year's Villanova game up there when Brian went out was kind of the turning point for that unit. And gave them the confidence going into the playoffs. And I thought they just, the confidence built throughout the playoffs. And I think, just like Brian was talking about New Hampshire, we have so many returning experienced players that know what the expectation is, know what the standard is. And so you got guys that are on the same page. And so I think we've got a shot to be a pretty good unit by the end of the year. So pleased with the way those guys are playing. But, at the end of the day, I said it many times, our special teams had a lot to do with that today. Being able to run the football effectively, most of the day offensively had a lot to do with it. And so really it's a thing where this team is built for all three phases to feed off each other.
Coach, teams were punting back and forth. And Simeon Robinson gets a big sack
Right.
down in the red zone down here, also knocked down a pass. What about his development as a down tackle, what he's doing for you?
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot like our defense. I'm serious. When we first got here, he was out of shape. Was a very undisciplined player, did not have a great motor, was not doing very well academically. And so it wasn't a good spot to be in. So, you look at him now, I mean, his GPA is just, I mean, he's a very solid academic student, on pace to graduate. And you look at his motor out there on the field, and he's a leader on our D line. And, he is very much like our defensive performance from where he has come from. And you see kids like that. And it's just, that's one of the joys of coaching is seeing a kid turn his life around completely, not just on the field, but off the field. And so I could not be more proud of him.
Coach, piggybacking off of Greg's question on the defense, you go into the fourth quarter up 21-0, but knowing that this is a team that gave you guys
Right.
trouble in the fourth quarter last year on the road, where does that relentlessness from your defense come from?
Well, I think that group takes a lot of pride in our performance, and I think that the identity of our team is to have kind of that relentless attitude. So I think it's a combination of just the standard that's been set here for the way we're going to operate and the way we're going to do things, and then the kids' buy-in and the pride that they take in their performance each week. So when they went to the fourth quarter, we're there talking. This is our time. We're going to put the game away right here, and the kids believe that. Anything else? All right. Get ready for a trip to Rhode Island next week. Go Dukes.